Hi, so we're going to make our second kale recipe, which is Malfatti. So it's a kind of Italian dumpling, kind of like a ricotta gnocchi really. So we're going to make it with kale. It's usually made with spinach, but we're going to make it with kale. So the first thing to do is I've got 300 grams of ricotta here. So I've just put it in a sieve over a bowl to collect this excess moisture. And the second thing is to blanch 200 grams of kale, and I've just blanched it in boiling salted water for 5 minutes. And we're going to chop this up really finely. So yeah, you want to go over it with a knife quite a few times because you need it really quite fine. That's pretty much ready. So in our bowl, we're going to put our strained ricotta, 300 grams. To this, we're going to add, I've got here 150 grams of semolina flour, but you can use plain flour or 00 flour. And then I've got 50 grams of grated parmesan cheese. Put that in. Now we're going to put in 2 egg yolks, some lemon zest. I'd say the zest of about half a lemon is enough. I don't know actually, I'm going to put a little bit more in. Okay. And we're going to put in a good grating of nutmeg. Okay, give this a stir. Now we're going to add our kale. Yeah, it is coming together. Okay, so I've mixed it up really well. All the ingredients are combined. I'm just going to give it a taste to make sure. Need a really good pinch of salt and some black pepper. So I've got a tray here with semolina flour on, and we're going to make the Malfatti. So we just want to roll them into sort of walnut-sized balls, and you don't have to worry about them being too perfect. That's what Malfatti is really. It means badly made, so it doesn't matter if they're imperfect at all. You can always get someone to come and help you do this bit. That's all the balls rolled out. That's taken me about 10 minutes. Just give them a sprinkling of flour. Make sure they're kind of a little bit coated. The next thing we're going to do is make our brown butter with sage to go on top. So I've got my butter on, and I'm going to get some water boiling for the Malfatti. In here I've got 75 grams of butter. So just when the butter's sort of started melting, to about that point, we're going to add our sage, because we want the sage leaves to crisp up and also to flavour the butter. And we're going to be really generous with our sage. So I've probably got about 20 leaves there, but we want a sage leaf with every mouthful, I think. So after about a minute, you'll see this, can you see this brown, the butter's just starting to catch on the bottom. So when you start to see that brown butter catching, you just want to stir it back into the butter. So you can see the butter's really starting to brown up here, and that's what we're looking for, that kind of caramelly dark brown colour. That's it. So as soon as it gets to that point, you need to take it off the heat. So our water's boiling. I'm going to put in a portion of Malfatti, which I would say is about 7 of these. So you've probably got enough for this recipe. You've probably got enough for about 3 people. And they're going to rise up to the surface, and then we're going to keep cooking them for another 3 minutes, and then they're ready. Okay, so I'm going to go straight onto the plate with those. So here's our Malfatti. Don't worry if there's little bits of kale coming out. They don't need to look neat at all. They're just meant to be slightly scruffy, I would say. And here's our lovely brown butter. It's all sort of syrupy and caramelized. So get plenty of sage leaves over, plenty of the butter. Okay. Then we're going to put some parmesan on top. You can be generous with the parmesan. And some black pepper. Just a little bit of extra nutmeg over the top is lovely. So that's it. I'm going to give it a try. This is definitely one of my top 10 things to eat, as some of my friends will know. So you've got really crispy sage, that incredible sort of rich, just caramelized butter. And then you've got these kind of delicate dumplings, and the freshness of the kale still comes through. I can't really describe. It's just so delicious. And I can say that because it's not strictly my recipe at all. It's an absolute Italian classic. See you next time.